And great support though. And like I'll tell you, 100% I believe that you're only going to get out of that situation with the right support and the right attitude.
Right.
Because you can have the best attitude and no support, and eventually life's going to get you. All that support in the world with a shitty attitude, pretty
Mm-hmm.
soon that's going to be gone too.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed with both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Relationship Psychologist Podcast.
Tune in every Thursday to learn with us as we interview experts.
And laugh with us as we banter about friendship.
And take action by implementing the tools and advice we provide to you each week to level up your personal relationships.
I'm Dana Mullen.
And I'm Alicia Hinger.
We are soul sisters, besties, and psychologists on a mission to change the culture of relationships.
Your journey to becoming more supported and connected starts
right now.
Okay, so how to introduce Kevin, one of a kind Kevin. So I was just saying, let's take us back to way back before diagnoses and surgeries and all the things. To back in the day when I met you. I was telling the story a minute ago of you're the first person I've ever seen do that crazy trick on a wakeboard where you're wakeboarding full speed and then Andy puts it into neutral, I'm thinking, and then you wakeboard around the whole entire boat.
Yeah, and just kind of crank it and yank it.
Crank it and yank it. And if you're a passenger, you're like, yeah, we're all going to die.
Yeah. The boat comes to a stop and you're hauling us around it. Yeah.
Right. This is the Kevin I remember when we were kids and, playing guitars and singing and all the things we did back in the day.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So just take me to that piece of your life a little bit. Do you ever think back to those days?
Every day.
Right. You do.
Yeah. It's kind of part of me, right?
Yeah.
I didn't ever have a reason to stop thinking about them.
Right.
It wasn't like I got in a huge accident and was like, never doing that again.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. There's nothing.
But yeah, I always think about it. And I was always like, it's fun back then too, right?
Yeah.
That was when it was easy. No,
right.
Well, that's it. Not like anyone else says anything like their youth is, yeah. Yep, it's a conflict I have, but I have a lot of good memories.
Yes.
And now it's probably just memories and imagination that I suffer. It's like, oh yeah, it's so much fun. Yeah.
Well, that's what I want to do today. Talk about the truth of those things. Like I'd love to dive into, the
reality.
The reality of having, imagination memories of things that were great. And then things are great now, but things are different. And you have these, we're going to tell the amazing story of who you are, because that's, I think, important to give some backstory here, of, what you've overcome and the adversity and the resilience and amazing, but I also want to give people the truth that it's not rainbows and sunshine in your life now.
No, it's not.
So let's give the people that don't know you on my podcast, just a background, to get them in context of what we're going to talk about today. But so here you are, this like 20 something,
just turned 24,
X Games kid. That's just kind of how I remembered you.
Want to be for sure.
Well, you were that. You were on your way. You were that guy. Like if there was anybody doing anything extreme in sports, it was you.
Yeah, it was starting before someone said you should do it.
Exactly. You were that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell my kids about that. My kid's doing flips on his snowboard. And I'm like, you should have seen Kevin. Like, I'd never seen anyone do flips back in the day. You were the only person I knew that did anything extreme like that. Like you were that guy that kind of, I think, paved the way for.
Well, there's other people doing it, but the people I know.
Nobody that I knew.
Yeah. Well, I'm that guy for a few people, I guess.
You're that guy for all of us that know you for sure. So you're that guy cruising along before diagnosis. What was your kind of plan back then? 24, being a kid, and
did you? Well, I was getting my mechanics license.
Okay.
My way to being a journeyman.
Right.
And then I just something always felt wrong. Right. I was getting really bad neck pain, so I never really had any idea what I was gonna do. I never really planned anyway.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Ryan on the weekend, or one of these weekends at the ski hill, and he's like, he kind of thought that's why I always wanted to dimmer so much, because something was coming against my number. Maybe,
yeah,
a
little part of you that knew that there was
foreshadowing or
right.
But
gotta live it to the fullest now.
Yeah, but I never really had a plan. I knew I was gonna kind of do what my parents did, maybe try to find someone, settle down, and live that life.
Right.
And that kind of never happened, and then the plan really couldn't develop. And then when it hit so quickly, I didn't even know what to do. And then when a part of the month, you had 2 months to change your life, right?
So it's 2 months from finding out about. So you go over to the doctor because you got neck pain, you're getting headaches, right?
Neck pain. I had this terrible throbbing neck pain. I don't know where it came from or when or why. It was just all of a sudden. oh my God, it hurt. Usually like a 6.5 to a 9. The
Geez.
odd time it would get really bad, but then it would go away. And then
Okay.
be like, what? I felt like I was drained in this sick pain, and then I was carrying on. I
Huh.
come back, and I went to the doctor a few times, and I just all I got was painkiller or prescriptions for painkillers or anti-inflammatory.
Huh.
And
So
then,
they didn't do any checks to see what was causing.
really, they never, something's in there or something. I had no idea, right? And then, yeah, I'm still doing all the fun things, right? Trying to live it up because what if it, you never really do know. I was capable of doing it, and I was able to do what I wanted to do it.
Right.
And then, yeah. Then finally, I got in a car accident, and then I got whiplash, and then I was getting chiropractic done.
Yeah.
And then through the movement of me being correct,
Oh.
he's like, here, you might need an MRI. So with his,
So he noticed something.
yeah, something was weird, and he's like, I don't know about that. And I was telling him what was going on. And with his endorsement, I was able to go and get an MRI on a softball weekend, and then got
So,
the
so in the
MRI.
middle of playing softball, get an
Yeah, like,
MRI, go
that
back to
was
the ball
scheduled.
diamond.
And then got the MRI, and the MRI tech's like, yeah, you're not leaving the hospital. I'm like, come on,
You're like,
what?
come on, I got a game to play.
Yeah, you don't understand what's on the line.
Yeah.
Beer league tournament, like this is fun.
Right.
Yeah, this is fun you're talking about, And that's really all there was to me, right?
Yeah.
And that's
That
all
was your life.
that's everything. That's
Yeah.
the essence of what do you do for fun, or
Yeah.
what do you want to be when you're happy? Well, happy because I had fun,
Right.
right? And then it's like, okay, well, what the hell is that? And it was a tumor the size of a thumb deflecting my nervous or my when it nerve my spinal cord right below my brainstem, and it was like that makes sense why it hurts there. And
Right.
so then the doctors looked at it, the guys in Calgary looked at it, and got 2 months to figure out their plan. Because it wasn't an immediate growth or a crazy amount of short amount of time. It grew over like 3 or 4 years, or maybe my whole life.
Oh, okay.
No idea.
And so it's just causing pain intermittently. So they're like,
Yeah.
well, let's figure this out.
It must have been growing for a while, being that big. The
Right.
tumor was an osteochondroma.
Osteochondroma.
Yeah, normally a long benign though, and normally found on longer bones, but
Oh,
I kind of think I might have chipped it somehow doing something stupid,
right.
and it was like healing itself, and then just kind of no idea.
Huh.
Yeah.
And so they take 2 months and you're just living your life, dealing with the pain,
Well, first month, yeah, partying up, living it up, trying to have a good time.
all right? Back to your mind,
Yeah,
trying to be the
yeah.
24-year-old and ignore.
Yeah, and then the next month I healthed right up. Just didn't drink or party, just kind of got my shit together.
Yeah.
Tried to plan my own funeral, didn't really work.
Because at that point, so the second month, did they give you like a
It was just
diagnosis or?
took from that long to figure out what was going on and how to attack it with the best outcome. It was a do and you might die, and a don't and you will die thing. So they wanted to
Jesus.
make sure.
And so you're literally thinking, did you really plan your own funeral?
Yeah,
You really did.
Yeah.
24 years old.
yeah. 23 at that time. Oh, sorry, that was when I was overnight in the hospital after I got the MRI diagnosis there, and I just tried to draw out who's going to be the pallbearers and all that.
What, Kevin?
Yeah, I tore that one out later.
Wow.
Didn't want to die,
No. We're glad you're still here.
right? Thank you. And
We like
too,
you around.
yeah,
Wow, mind blowing.
yeah. It's still, yeah. I think it's always on my mind, right?
Yeah.
Can't I don't. I don't know if it's like a feeling thing, but I feel and I am that same way,
Yeah.
but it doesn't relate to how it doesn't translate into motion like it used to.
Yeah.
Think something to it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, I gotta think of every little movement here and there, and it's like parkour against every wall.
Yeah.
A friend of mine I ski with, was putting on my favorite hoodie, and all of the elbows are just white, and the hoodie's blue. And then it's like rubbed out blue, like a
Right.
lighter in it. She said, well, it's all from all the elbow rubbing you do on the walls and
Yeah.
I do that. And I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah, 20 years, yeah.
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 So,
Well, it's because of that. It's because of who you are to the core,
it's
why you're sitting here today. Like when you walked
Right.
in with one, what do you call that thing?
Or
Not
forearm
crutch.
crutch.
Crutch, okay.
Yeah.
What, my mind was blown. I'm like, you're walking with one crutch, but again, we're getting ahead of
What for
myself.
years?
Yeah, because that wasn't what they told you.
No,
So they tell you surgery, you might die. Don't do surgery, you're for sure gonna die.
yeah.
So
And
here's your
then,
choices.
well, what's your problem? Well, it probably would have just, and by the time before I had, the month before I had surgery, at the time I got the diagnosis, I was on a stop work type thing.
Right.
And at that time, I was hurting intermittently still, but
Yeah.
at that time, I turned my head to the right. Everything below was tingling. And
Oh,
then said, you know what?
you're like, okay,
So no more working, no more really fucking around, but
right, getting healthy, like you said.
right. And then the
Did you,
surgery,
did you kind of get healthy because you're like, well, we're gonna do surgery?
I've always been kind of healthy. I couldn't
Well,
ever,
you're an athlete, like you were in good
Yeah,
shape.
yeah,
It wasn't like you
yeah.
weren't healthy.
and I
but-
wasn't a wild party or anything like that. I partied wilder after, but yeah, you just kind of like to do things and yeah.
Okay, so then how did you come to that decision? I guess there's not really a choice.
Found one. Never gave one. There was one, yeah.
Not really.
Uh,
So you go for the surgery. Man, take me to that. Like, do you remember the day of like, this is my death or less
Yep.
death choice of surgery?
And they are cracking jokes on the way in just to try to avoid
Of
them.
course you are. Yeah. What? I don't want to die.
Yeah,
You guys can help it. It'd be really great. I'd like to wake up again.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I remember everything down to the way like, I mean, all the noise that made on the thing. My parents, and I think my ex-girlfriend, the girlfriend at
Yeah.
the time was there.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, and then walked on in there knowing I
Walk in
was,
there.
is any of it in our hands? You're kind of like,
Yeah.
mm.
So did
So-
they tell you like potential side effects? Like if we do this well, or did they have any
It
idea?
was too wide of a range to even speculate.
Okay.
Because I mean, right there, in the top of your spinal cord is one X, and
Yeah,
everything below that is going to be affected.
right,
So it's well, you might have a little bit of feeling here and nothing there. You might be fine.
right. Because I remember the day of your surgery, like, and we were all
Yeah, it was-
thinking of praying for you. I remember. And then when they said it didn't go well, I was like,
Yep.
what do you mean? What
What do you mean? Yeah.
yeah. So tell us that story.
So again, the surgery basically they planned it out. Like, do you agree? I'm like, yeah, I had no way of knowing how severe it was or
Yeah.
whatever.
You're kids. You're kids.
Punk.
Yeah, punk.
So they kind of had to go through my jaw. So then they did a little cut, mandibular split.
Yeah, wow.
And then the scar kind of went around here to hide it with
Yeah.
the contour of the chin.
Yeah.
Went down here and then all the way here. And then they split the jaw open to open a space in the back of my throat, roughly the size of a fist.
Wow. That's massive.
Yeah, but there's a lot of space back there when you open your jaw
I
up.
guess when you break the jaw open.
Yeah, that's what they said. I don't know. Anyway, so they went through the back of my throat there, and the reason I'm so nasally is because the uvula in the back of your throat does no longer close the nasal passage. So
Oh,
the uvula dangles, but there's a
Uh-huh.
whole bunch of open area
Yeah.
back there that it's just not equipped to handle. So 80 or 90% of the food meals I've eaten since I've gotten into my nose and
interesting. So that piece back there doesn't exist for you.
it exists, but it doesn't close because the hole is too big.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a lot of nasal cavity that kind of opens up back there as well.
Yeah. So eating food would be dangerous.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep, it is. Well, it can be anyway.
Yeah. Wow.
So they went through there, they removed a lot of the C1 or the atlas vertebrae, and in doing so, they hit the vertebral artery.
Right.
Some bleeding out, so they had, well, I guess I lost 7 of the 8 units and had a stroke, and they're like, holy, lots
Oh.
of bleeding, and during the stoppage of the bleeding, they damaged the spinal cord.
So trying to save your life
Yeah,
by squeezing the
yeah,
artery, they damage the spinal cord.
yeah, and it wasn't a lot of damage, but
Well,
it's still
tender.
a little damage in the right space, it can take down
Right.
anything. So anyway, they stopped it, sutured and stapled me back up, but a titanium plate right there with 4 screws. And then the day after, they kind of just let me be, and then the second day out after that, July 11th and 13th. And then they went in, they stabilized me from the back. I was on my stomach and they went into my neck.
And
That's
again,
On my stomach, they went into the back of my neck.
why did they have to
Basically,
go back in?
to get the rest of it.
Oh my God, they couldn't get it.
So they had to basically remove my skull from my spine. Yeah,
Kevin,
yeah. I can say, yeah, my head wasn't
Your head
screwed on straight.
wasn't screwed
Yeah,
on. It was
it
literally
wasn't
done.
before, but it is now. Yeah. So, and then they went into the back and removed the rest of it. And I think they removed some of C2 or whatever.
Okay.
But then on the base of my skull, they have a horseshoe,
Yeah.
top is the skull, clamped onto my spine like that. A
Wow.
couple of screws
To
there.
hold your head on straight.
Yeah, and that's why I only have like 40 or 80, like,
Is it titanium too?
yeah,
Oh,
titanium,
wow.
like it's not ferrous and your body doesn't reject it.
Yeah.
Who knew?
So
Yeah,
titanium melt
yeah,
and
yeah.
titanium back there.
Everything, not, if, yeah, I think that's kind of standard
Yeah.
metal for it.
Yeah.
So
So when you woke
Right.
up day one, did you know they had to go back in?
I didn't really wake up.
I don't remember there being two surgeries.
Yeah.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah. And then, so I don't know what day I woke up, but my mom made a first, her perspective, scrapbook over it.
Hmm.
Over, I don't know how many, almost 3 months, I guess. Maybe
Mhm.
not every day, but it's some entry every day. And I've been able to look through it, but not been able to read it yet.
Yeah. Wow.
I started reading it. No, not right now.
What part of that is hard for you?
Reliving it.
Reliving
Yeah,
her
like
experience or reliving it
from her view.
from her view,
Like,
her
you
perspective?
know, and even drawings in there.
Yeah.
Beautiful piece.
Yeah.
It's something I'm gonna do.
When you're ready, in your own time.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I finally kind of came to, and the doctors say, yeah, there are some complications. You may never move.
Jeez.
And I'm like, well, you're not the wrong fucking guy. But
Yeah.
I noticed I
I
had,
think the picture we saw of you was like this in the
yeah,
the hospital.
well, I was placed in that position.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah,
probably asked to be, though, I'm sure.
involuntary,
Yeah.
And I told him he had the wrong guy, and
Yeah.
then like, he's like, I hope so. And then there's like,
So when you woke up, you had zero for like your
I couldn't feel anything. I had no idea. I tripping on painkillers
Wow.
because I was on life support, tracheotomy.
Yes.
I had no way to move. I can move my ears, my tongue, basically from my, maybe not even my chin,
Right. That's all
cheeks
open.
up for normal.
Wow.
Yeah. Laying there for,
So, I mean, you're on so many painkillers and you're the trauma of all of it. It must be mind blowing.
no
To
idea.
even process what the doctors are telling you. Like when did it, like how long till you actually could process what they were even saying to you? Or did
It's
you,
pretty immediate. Well, once you kind of come out of the surgery fog and
Yeah.
all that, it's pretty immediate.
you did? Okay.
But I don't understand it still, like the way I feel sometimes.
Yeah.
And like there's sometimes I'm like, well, what was that?
Yeah.
It's just a new something somewhere that I don't even know what was.
Yeah.
Never felt it since, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
or weird. Yeah, it's been weird ever since. Like I just kind of let it, like all I could do is let it roll, really. I just had to lay there and think myself out of the thoughts I was thinking.
Well, that's,
Like,
yeah,
what?
massive.
And great support though. And like I'll tell you, 100% I believe that you're only going to get out of that situation with the right support and the right attitude.
Right.
Because you can have the best attitude and no support, and eventually life's going to get you. All that support in the world with a shitty attitude, pretty
Mhm.
soon that's going to be gone too.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed with both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you do the attitude?
I've just always had great family, great friends. I mean, I'm part of everyone in my family. Every one of the people in my life is part of me, and I just hope they always have looked back or looked to or looked back, and hopefully that the time with me made it feel good. And when I receive the feelings I get from the people I know that was true.
Yeah.
And it's way too hard to make a new personality kind of thing. You know? Yeah, and it was a lot easier to look at it. I may swear and have a shitty attitude, but that's just because it sucks so bad sometimes.
You're allowed to swear
Yeah.
for shitty attitudes
Oh my
sometimes.
God.
You're allowed to feel shitty sometimes.
Yeah, I say some things and I'm like, and then
You're
I'm,
allowed-
oh yeah, I'm under the table right now. I'm allowed to be mad. But
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
isn't there space to be like, I mean, the bigger
It's-
picture, you are the hero story. That's what
Yeah.
you are. That's what the story of your life is, the hero story. But in that, you're allowed to make space to be like, which I think is important for people to hear, like
how
in those,
real it is.
how real in those moments of you got the wrong guy,
Yeah.
may never move again. Of your
Mhm.
process of being like, I actually don't know if I want to live like that.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, I don't want to live like that. So I'm going to have two choices. Either I don't live or
Yeah.
I fight hard to live different.
And yeah, I've been the guy where it's like, yeah, I'll take that on. I've also been in a situation where I'm like, please come and get me. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And like in a not a calm voice, you know, like you really mean it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like,
Fair enough.
yeah, that's
That
why,
part that's asking to come and get is wants you out of pain.
yeah, I'm
Fair
done
enough.
suffering. This
Yeah.
is killing me.
Yeah.
But yet, respect, you know,
So,
it's crazy.
so tell people about that. How did you shift perspective in those really dark times?
I don't know where it comes from, but I don't want to go out like that.
Nice.
You know, I don't know. I'm not a G or a gangster or nothing. Like, I'm just someone that wants to, like,
Go it on your own accord.
yeah, or at least set up a noble effort. Like,
Right.
that can be looked up to,
Right.
you know?
That's beautiful.
And like, there's a lot of shit. And I'm also alone a lot of the time. So if you're left up to your own devices, you'll
Mhm.
find your way in,
Mm-hmm.
or you'll find a way deeper, or you'll find a way out.
Right.
A lot of times, you don't even know you're digging.
Yeah.
And you can't dig up.
Yeah.
Most people just dig anyway.
You don't even know you're digging.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know the difference for you? Or do you now know the difference?
I definitely dug pretty deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just start digging. And yet you gotta realize you're digging.
Yeah.
You know, like nothing I'm doing right now is putting me on the path. And
It's getting darker and colder and
yeah,
and
yeah.
lonelier and all the
And
signs, right? Yeah.
that's not rock bottom.
No.
Yeah,
No.
you can go farther. Like,
Yeah.
if you notice it, you're
Yeah.
probably close for sure.
Yeah.
Or realizing that there's more, and you're like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
pulling out.
Yeah. So is that the time when you notice it that I'm digging and I didn't really want to dig, right? Or I don't have much willpower left to not
Right.
want to do anything really, but the switch of like, I want to go up.
Talking to people.
Yeah.
Or letting it out a little bit, or it really just takes one. It takes one straw to break the camel's back, and it takes one question to
One.
help that person off the ground, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So your own mindset, your own perspective, like you said, and then reaching out
Yep.
to other
And
people.
like I can fall and get up right away and not be hurt at all. It sort of hurts. It's not like, oh, whatever. Those pile up. But you can fall and get up and just dust yourself off, or fall and curse your whole existence. And then when you get up, you're like, you're done for the day almost.
Right,
And yet
exhausting.
you haven't even left for work yet. And you know, like, those are the days that build character, but at the same time, it's like you wouldn't even have to go to build character if you would just would have taken it with a little bit of dignity
Right.
instead of losing it,
Right.
you know?
A little self-regulation.
Yeah.
But also space to, how often do you let yourself just feel shitty for a minute?
Well, if I let it feel shitty,
Yeah.
it's longer than a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta, like you say, you gotta leave room for it, and like
Yeah.
definitely you gotta acknowledge it, you know, and then
Yeah.
eventually just let it kind of roll off.
Yeah. I like the video
Yeah.
of like a wave, like it's a wave, it's gonna
Yeah.
hit you and like go all the way through.
Let
You
it
try
go.
to
let
stop it
feel
and it just like sits in your body somewhere, or sits in
Yeah.
your mind somewhere, doesn't, right? Let it go
Yeah,
all
let
the
it
way
out.
through.
Yeah.
Like rage it out. You gotta scream, you gotta yell, you gotta cry, you gotta whatever.
Thing I've had to learn, Alicia, I've like falling, I get mad, it's harder to get up. But if I'm mad, I hate the way I sound when I yell.
Mm.
I sound like a distressed cow, and I end up usually you know, when you just give more to the fire, you're like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I usually hurt myself after.
Right.
I slip or fall or roll an
Makes
ankle, and
worse.
I'm on the ground, and
Yeah.
then I can't get up because I'm mad and stiff.
Right.
I get stiff.
Right.
Can't get up on the sliding floor until I get my feet against the floor,
Right.
usually under a table, you know.
And then you're under the table being like, what am I doing
Yeah.
under the table?
And
So just pause, do all the stuff, let it through, and then
let it
loosen
go.
up.
Are you
Loosen
just
up.
gonna be a baby? You know, like they're on the floor all the time crying. You gotta be tough on yourself,
Right.
but you can't beat yourself up. I
Yeah,
mean, you really
that-
can.
Well, you
You
really
can.
can. Yeah, you really can.
Choose to, but you know,
Yeah. That balance of let it
Yeah.
out,
do you want to
have some grace for
Yeah.
some compassion for yourself.
win today, or do you want to be beat?
Right.
I made a logo and put it on a few shirts. And
Nice. What's the logo?
I got a few of them, and they're meant to keep me in the present.
I love
A
it.
lot of times I'm like,
Yeah.
not doom scrolling per se on Instagram or
Yeah.
social media,
Yeah.
but doom thoughts,
Right.
all the shite spiral, and then it's just a big old cloud of
Yeah.
whirling bullshit.
Yes.
And then you
We all
gotta
have
shake
that.
it. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Some's here, some's there, and yeah. But then you look in the mirror a lot, right?
Yeah.
So like the logos I have are kind of meant to like, oh, so the ones day, it's um one day mirrored over day inside a brain.
Oh,
Those are the thoughts of your day.
yeah.
Are they on top? Are they on the bottom? And the way that's the impression your thoughts left on your day. So
Nice.
how's your day?
How's your day? Top
It's
and
not
bottom.
gonna
Take a
learn,
look at where your thoughts
which
come
one you
from.
want. It can flip in any thought. It can flip in any time.
So true, because thoughts are just like
Yeah.
a train, right? We have
And-
choices.
yeah, and
We have always
pow-
choices. They're
and-
powerful.
yeah.
Well, whatever train you get on, whatever, day you're riding,
Whatever,
if you're
yeah.
surrender,
whatever train you
Whatever-
you choose.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true that I think of them like
Yes.
thoughts. And so choose your thoughts mindfully, choose them
Yep.
carefully.
And when you have them, you're not just going to all of a sudden make something manifest. You're going to
Yeah.
think it repetitively for that to happen
Yeah.
and put all your effort into it and
Yeah.
live it.
Yeah.
So if you're living those shitty thoughts,
Yeah.
you're going to get it.
You might have a shitty day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
And like-
What's the other motto? Motto.
As is. Like,
Yeah.
let's see, when you go into a date, you go into this interview, you go into the mirror.
Yeah,
That's who I am right now.
as is.
You buy a used car.
Yeah.
As is. You sold me a lemon. Yeah, well, it said as is. Pound said. See you later. And I mean, yeah,
All the
and
things as is, because
Yeah,
it's pretty good. There's some stuff,
Yeah.
but as is also pretty
And
good.
kind of shakes it up. You're like, okay, all right. Yeah, I'm going in like this.
Yeah,
And here I am. It kind of just kind of
I love that.
puts you forth,
I love that. Here I am. Okay, so tell us the journey. So the doctors say you may never walk again. You have
Yeah.
fearfully from like your nose down, basically.
Nothing.
And that's mind blowing.
I have my ability to conversate taken away too, because
Yeah.
I can't talk or
Yeah.
the air's going out.
So even that, you had to learn to breathe.
I mean, I had to learn to do every physical thing you can do.
Wow.
Breathing, swallowing, chewing. Swallowing still
Yeah.
a tough one sometimes. Like weekly, I can kind of,
Well,
Yeah.
if there's no flap back there, it can choke.
Yeah.
Or go, like you said, go into your nasal passage.
yeah, and then you're blowing your nose.
And there's
You
your
gotta-
supper coming
Yeah,
out.
so that one was beef. Well, peppers aren't the best.
No peppers.
No, the red ones. What was that? Oh, yeah. What did I do last night?
Right.
I fell asleep on my chair again.
Oh,
I
right.
don't have anything coming. Well, so yeah, it's just a constant battle, and you got to realize that every day. It
How
ain't
did
getting
you-
better at all.
Like, what were the first steps you had to do to, what was it? Was it first breathing?
Oh,
Obviously,
so you're not-
life-threatening
okay.
things. And then I want the step by step.
So it was in acute care for quite a while. I had no idea. We had to figure out how to breathe and talk. We had it board, just blink once for yes or two for no or something.
And how much of that was stroke? How much of that? I guess we don't know.
We don't know yet.
Was the, okay.
Inflammation, crazy, and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was blowing up in a balloon.
So it's a mixture of all the things. Yeah.
Yeah, feeling.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I just got better. I moved out of there to acute care. One of the scariest moments in the whole time is in acute care. They had an automatic sliding door. And then it was dark and it was nighttime. I had a sip and puff on my halo. So I grab it like that when I needed the nurse's attention or it was whatever. I never knew I needed it because I couldn't feel anything, but
Yeah.
my mom was always there, my dad was always there, family was there,
Yeah.
And then it was nighttime, so they weren't there. Fire alarm hits.
Oh,
Well, that alarm hits, and
Yeah.
I just,
what am I going to do?
it moved just out of my way of my body.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't, could have been 15 minutes or 10 minutes. It wasn't short, but it was a lifetime.
Yeah. The alarm's going off and I
Yeah.
cannot
That was, yeah.
stick my tongue apart to get that thing to get
Yeah.
some attention.
Yeah, it couldn't even move my head. It was just,
Oh man.
and it was just, how scary can your mind make something when you're
Oh,
100% vulnerable?
right?
The door closed, so no one was really getting in, but
Yeah.
it's not like someone broke it down and got me.
Yeah.
But like, your own mind can make up a lot of things.
Yeah.
But
So when someone did come into you, were you able to tell them how scary that was?
not one if the tracheotomy score wasn't leaking. But at that time, it was basically whispers.
Okay.
Or I don't remember what it sounded like, but not very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
So you can even
beeping.
say that was really scary.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I must have. I was in light, so I probably said something. Um, yeah.
Wow. So then you get out of acute care.
Well, I still had a lot of acute care to go, and I would get the sucking out of the phlegm from the chest, from the respiratory therapist, and
Yeah.
come hammer on my chest to prevent ammonia, and all the phlegm would come out and all that,
Yeah.
and work out.
Didn't work out.
So it's a good workout.
Oh, it's a good workout.
Total involuntary coughing like this, and just like all of that. And a rodeo, yeah, being catheterized the whole time,
That's
like
fun.
bowel routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just being loaded up in this crane beside your bed in a sling, put into a wheelchair. Yeah,
And could you move the wheelchair with your mouth too?
no,
So you
that's
could.
like a that's like a $30,000 machine.
Oh,
Yeah,
so they just wheeled you
they don't
around.
they don't hand them out.
They don't hand those out. Here
Yeah,
you
how
go.
could they? Yeah, yeah, just kind of, and so I went to acute care, kind of just kind of was learning to be, and then had all the work being done to me at that time.
Right. So they're
But
manually moving your body, manually doing
everything,
things as you can do
dressing
anything.
me, we went to have a little shirt on underneath, we moved the whole time.
Right.
I said, why are you wearing a shirt? It doesn't matter. Just put a jacket on over top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, compression stockings.
How long
Yeah.
till you could, what was the first thing that you wanted back? Was it your voice? Was it your,
The voice would have been nice.
yeah,
I wanted to fucking run out of there.
I'm sure.
Yeah, anything, just anything. Feeling something.
Yeah.
Like when you lose that or it's not the same as it once was,
Yeah.
you kind of have to relearn that or reaccept, I guess. You really can't learn feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And then how long till you got a voice back?
it's still kind of there the whole time, but it was just a lot of air being expelled out of the wound
Okay.
and all the air being expelled out of my nose, and it's still fresh.
Right.
Yeah, there was a hole the size of a toonie in the back of my throat
Okay.
or my palate.
Right.
So yeah, they kind of carved on a notch in there. Yeah, just trying to learn how to be, having crazy dreams because of the painkillers and
Oh,
rough
yeah.
beds and all this thing.
Probably in your dreams, I can dream and my legs work and my body works and I can ski and then wake up and I'm stuck in this
Yeah,
thing where
and even the dreams are pretty weird.
Where
I swam with whales.
oh,
Had
nice.
some really good flying dreams,
Nice.
hallucinations, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically just in the hospital living, friends coming to visit, being thankful for how many beautiful people I know or have in my life,
Mm-hmm.
or ones that have risked their comfort to come and see you, because being in a hospital in an acute care level is really changes your view on life and how bad things can be. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a quick shot of morality and reality.
yeah, like wow.
It's true. Yeah.
And was I just kind of lived in the hospital for 7 months, and like the one thing that I got back really at one time that I didn't really realize how long it was, like a month and a half maybe. An old childhood friend came in and I just waved at him.
Yeah.
And we're like,
What?
oh, and he's like, you're all right. I still had the handle on though, but
You're like my head.
so it's like this is all right.
Yeah.
So it's me.
So that was
like,
about 7 months in, or how long did
and that was about a month and a half in or so.
Wow.
So it just kind of, after the swelling went down, I guess you'd get more back.
Okay.
And we visualized every day.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So that's what my tattoo is to visualize the burn. I mean, you're going to move mountains to get to where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
You picture yourself a burn, moving the mountain rock by rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's healing and it's real.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's a forever heal.
Yeah. It's forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hand moves and you're like, holy cow, what just happened?
Yep. And then, yeah, I was even starting to feel when I needed to pee.
Okay.
Yeah. Got a horrible bladder infection.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then they
Catheters.
gave me a bunch of cranberry juice and that went away, but those are awful.
They're awful.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been that sick.
Yeah. They're not very fun.
like, I remember puking and then whacking my head on the side of the
Oh.
bed. This one time, it's just funny and how amazing nurses are,
Yeah.
and that they're having a day too. So one time I was being lifted out of bed. Oh, my mom, next story. Lifting up out of bed, rotating me, and then my head whacks, or the halo whacks the bedside cupboard. Didn't
Ouch.
hurt at all. It just felt everywhere for the
Like
first time.
vibrated.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
ouchy, but interesting. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, I
totally
feel some stuff actually. It's painful, but
No.
it's a good
Yeah.
sign.
I did get it really bad. The most pain I've ever felt was in that sling,
Yeah.
being lifted out of the bed, out of the wheelchair into bed. There's two kinds of slings. One was a long one that went up and around the halo vest.
Yeah.
Halo vest came to about there.
Yeah.
Then another one that was for people not in halos
Oh,
that came up just below halo. Well, that long vest wasn't able to be found, so
oh
the
no.
nurse just
Use the other one.
put the other one on. So I was lifted up by the back, essentially by my new
But a new
apparatus.
horseshoe.
My,
Oh my gosh.
as soon as I'm like, she's like, breathe, and I just passed out. Woke up
Oh,
in bed, like, I wish I could have done that, but I couldn't
yeah.
move.
Yeah.
It was just like, my dad's looking at me in white.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's happening? And I
Wow.
just shut right off.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sure your body was like, I've had enough at this
yeah,
point.
and we're done.
We're done.
Yeah,
Nice saving technique of your body. Good job, buddy.
thank you.
Yeah.
My friends were great, and yeah,
Yeah. So just like step by step, you just powered through to, I mean, obviously people that are
Right.
watching the video can see that you're moving your hands and you're talking and breathing
yeah,
by yourself and
Yeah.
there's no trach, there's no,
I was carried,
yeah,
and yeah, I think a reason that I have had such great support is that I am so stubborn,
yeah,
because you have to be.
right.
If you're going to let everyone else do your shit for you,
Yeah,
you're not going to be able to do it when they're not around.
right.
Even as simple as someone offering to help you put your groceries in your car.
Yeah,
Like, thank you. I would love to let you help me, but I can't. If I don't have you next time, it's just a little bit more of a hurdle or a thought to
right,
get over, to either get comfy with
right.
or to just be like, you can watch. And
Interesting.
it's like, yeah, you get called an asshole.
Because we want to help. It's hard
Yeah.
not to help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or if it's too loud and you want to help, and I'm like, I'm yelling
yeah,
because that's I can't. This is as loud as I talk.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
and then it's like, well, it's hard to go out now because of it.
right.
I'm just done.
In a loud place. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I love going to the T-bar. I
yeah.
love it, but
T-bar is our local pub at the ski hill.
so yeah. But it's like
It's
a
loud.
black diamond.
So loud.
It's a black diamond run, and all the trees are drunk.
Yeah, it's loud.
And there's a fucking cliff in the middle of
Yeah.
it. I used to
There
love
is
it.
a step in the
Yeah, like,
middle.
"Hey,
Who made that
I'm
step for
I'm
you?
as drunk as you right now, and we're gonna do this." Yeah. But yeah, I just kind of struggle through. You kind of bond with the other patients because they're in hell too.
Yeah,
You see people you're talking to that have a blind spot on their brain or on their head because they're open skull surgery to let the swelling down.
yeah,
They know it.
yeah.
And you're kind of like, oh, good. And another guy's yelling over there because he's tied up to a chair, eating breakfast, watching a girl trying to get out of her wheelchair with wrist straps and waist straps while I'm trying to learn how to eat and not choke.
Right?
It's a mess when people are a mess.
Well, it's a mess.
The people, the nurses and staff in the hospital, man, they should never need to go on strike. Ambulance
Right,
drivers and
angels.
cops and all of them,
Angels.
firefighters.
Yeah,
Come on, we need that.
yeah, yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. And you don't know until you're in a situation where
But-
you're like,
yeah.
I'm vulnerable and I need you to help me.
Yeah,
And
and
take
our,
care of me.
and our healthcare system sure it has flaws, but when
Yeah.
you need it, it's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And I can't say I'm flush with cash, but I never had to sell anything
Yeah.
to maintain.
Wow.
I don't have anything. I mean, I've got all I need. I
Yeah.
don't want to diminish anything I've got,
Yeah.
but like I didn't,
Yeah.
there wasn't millions of dollars,
Yeah.
you know?
That's amazing. Yeah. So tell me how you got to one crutch. Because last time, even when you were in this barn, you still had the full walker, which even then was
I think-
amazing.
I think I'm in here twice, I think.
Yeah.
There's a birthday and another birthday or a Christmas
Oh,
party.
some party, I don't know.
So
It is a party barn.
I'm being 100% dependent, electric wheelchairs,
Yeah.
manual wheelchairs, walkers with skis, with wheels.
Yeah.
And then I used a single regular cane for quite a while, like 10 years almost.
Yeah.
and I would fall 3 times a week.
Yeah, not so good.
Like I felt, well, I don't want to be bragging or nothing, but I'm well into the 2000s
Yeah.
of falls, not excluding like close ones where I could get back up
Yeah,
or skiing.
right.
Like in regular daily shit,
Yeah,
I'm around 20,
yeah. Because like
2300.
you said, you're stubborn. You don't want two of those. You want just
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those instead of
And
having a safer way to walk.
no, those aren't any safer. I want to be a little bit like I don't use two of them because when I push with my right arm,
Yeah.
indicative of the stroke, it doesn't work.
Oh,
It
okay.
goes in, the K goes out, I go down.
Okay.
Or I'm going up the stairs, I got two things in my hands.
Right.
It just boils me over, and then I'm
Right.
more a little bit yet, I'm not as functional.
Right.
And then so if I have a free hand, I still can carry things and still be on my way.
Right.
Merrily, merrily.
Right. Merrily, merrily.
Yeah.
On your way.
Life is but a dream.
So you mentioned skiing.
Yeah.
People that are listening are probably like, tell me about skiing. I mean, I've
Yeah.
heard of it like before, but man.
One of the things I'm most proud of
Yeah.
Amika, is I was in the hospital for 7 months, 9 days. Not the fact that's not the proud thing, is I went sit skiing at Castle Mountain with Cads and Daryl Metaruma and Lisa Metaruma and all the team.
Yeah.
9 days out of the hospital.
Mind blowing.
Yeah. I had
And you were in the full, that was the
full
full
sit. I was
chair.
just
Yeah.
wrapped in there
Yeah.
real tight,
Yeah.
couldn't really move. And
But I'm
then,
skiing.
yeah, we're doing this. My mom's, I can already feel her tears.
Oh, I can feel your mom's
Oh,
pain.
yeah, oh
I'm
my
like, oh
God.
gosh.
So I get up there, I'm tucked in. I think my hands are on this little roller daily thing in front and
Yeah.
a roller coaster. It's a time. Again, volunteer.
Again, vulnerable.
Yeah.
You're vulnerable. Now you're
And
going
it's
to go on this
a
frozen downhill slope with other people hoping that they don't drop
Yeah.
me or let me go.
encouraging it and not encouraging it at the same time.
Yes.
And we're doing it. So I get
Wow.
up there, they turn me sideways, and then putting on their gloves, talking, having a yammer. It
Uh-oh.
jumps downhill, and then I roll
no.
on my side.
Oh no.
What?
Like,
Well,
hey,
what are you
guys.
guys? There's a roll bar, so I never whacked anything, but I'm like, okay, that's where it is already. Went down, had a few runs. On first run, my mom was sobbing, and you can see
Oh.
yeah, scared, yeah.
Yeah. And
And
now
then-
I've seen you ski now. Well, tell the story. How are you skiing now? That's for a few years.
For 20 years, I've been in CADs. I've been a skier all my life. It's
Yep.
one thing that I realized recently is that my identity's always been a skier, and we're always talking about identity now. I never really knew what it was. So you kind of learn about yourself, right? And then I never had to give up who I really thought I was
Yeah.
through
Beautiful.
the skiing.
Yeah.
I've still learned who I am through skiing and all that, but yet I'm still that in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I never had to learn anything new.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a good reason or a big reason why. And also the summertime in the snow, like not an organization, but out at Andy's house
Yeah.
and Ryan and Jay and all
Yeah.
you guys, Jay and Dave, I guess
Yeah.
you're not always out there,
Yeah.
but you were.
Yeah.
But I never had to learn that and I had that to live for.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah.
And that's turned out to be rather fruitful.
Amazing. Amazing.
But we'll get to that.
Well, tell us now. I want to know.
So you've been skiing, right? Now
Yep.
I just want everyone to know and call for volunteers working at the university. I'm like, you ski? Well, have you heard of cats?
Yeah.
And I'm just
Pumping the tires.
pumping the tire.
Excellent. Of course.
And like people are now coming out a little bit more, few more volunteers. We need more.
Yeah.
So if you want to ski and want some intrinsic value in your life, come ski.
Yeah. Amazing. Support people that need some support.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Delightful crew. And then
But you're skiing now, like
so yeah, I ski with on floor tracking.
okay.
I stand up. The next year after I went, the second year out of the hospital, or
Yeah.
first year, full year out of the hospital, the next season, I was walking with a walker.
Yep.
And I just so happened to bring my ski boots.
Oh gosh.
And Metaruma was like, well, I thought you'd be
And your mom
walking.
again is like, please,
Oh,
Kevin.
no, she wasn't there.
Oh, God.
Maybe she did drive me. Anyway, so they had to put skis on a walker. On time, depending on how I was feeling, they'd tape my hands to the walker. And then we just go down and just push me. Ski!
Oh, yeah.
Ski, I always known how to ski. And then just by figuring out what muscles to shut off and turn on in the midst of all the vibrations.
Yeah.
It's,
And then
A lot.
how do you stop?
you're pretty soon either on your side or standing up. Yeah, you stop though.
So we don't recommend skiing
Every
that
time.
way. It's not a good way to
No,
start.
I recommend stopping for
Yeah,
sure,
stopping's good.
but not skiing. Don't ever stop skiing.
Keep skiing,
Yeah,
but ski how you do it now,
yeah.
which is
Still
with
sideways.
safety and proper equipment. It's
Yeah.
not ski boots on a walker.
No, definitely no tape.
No tape.
No
Tape is
tape.
dangerous.
I've got a butt pad.
Yes.
Yeah, helmet.
Helmet's good. Yes.
Yeah. And so basically, I have skis on my feet. The tips on the skis are connected
Yep.
with bungee cord and
Yep.
it's a plastic tube.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got forearm crutches that have skis on the end of them
Yeah.
called outriggers.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. So,
Amazing. And your
yeah.
face is the biggest smile.
There's Nick's is bigger. I'm usually pretty scared when I'm going, and it's usually a threat to my physical well-being too. And I'm not crazy or nothing anymore, but I still fall pretty hard, eh?
Yeah.
So the conditions are, it's hard out there. I usually feel pretty beat up after.
Yeah.
Like pretty beat up.
We're gonna find you some nice fluff.
Well, like last Saturday was the best.
It was good last Saturday. Yeah, it was great.
And went a
And it
bit
was
with
good
the best
yesterday.
I skied. And I
Yeah.
find that was, I bet you yesterday was going to be good.
Yeah.
I wasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
But I find the softer snow a lot easier
Yeah.
to absorb
Yes.
than me absorbing that.
Because
mountain.
your bones, is everything feel pretty stiff, like still?
They were stiff and the vibrations
Yeah.
just are too much for me to mitigate after they're on and I'm fatigued.
Yeah.
And I want to do this forever. I
Yeah.
don't want to be all hurting myself when the day when probably should have stopped last run. And I'll think like that too.
Right. So what's your recovery like? Do you have a recovery routine? Like, do you do the cold plunge or? We should
Get up
we
and
should
go
get you
home.
doing that. Okay,
I would love,
we're gonna talk about some therapeutic after.
okay, I would
stuff for
love
you.
to ski Sunday. I don't really party much anymore after.
Yeah.
I didn't buy a WOW pass this year for the last 2 years. I never went.
Yeah.
So if it was more economically,
Yeah.
if I planned for it, I could.
Yeah.
But I'm usually pretty beat. And yeah, I bet you it would be way better for me if I did 2 days in a row.
Maybe, or we just
Yeah.
make sure that after you ski, we have some stuff. I mean, your body's going through it's hard on your body on how
Oh, yeah.
it's hard on, right? So
Pretty
that's some
hurt
ways to
after.
like, treat
Like
that body
you.
like an athlete after.
Yeah, I should probably do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be another talk. And then, tell me about the scooters you're building. So
Yeah.
we have to bring up it's a terrible story. I'm even embarrassed to tell it for you. But,
Which one?
well, when you were with Stephen and you were going on the west side,
Oh, yeah, that
we
was
shouldn't tell
bad.
details, but he was,
So
again, extreme guy trying to build stuff and, likes to
I didn't
be
feel that one.
independent.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but
That's why I have that crutch now. And then a cane.
oh God.
More stability. So I have the scooter. I call it Goose
Goose.
because you can stand on it or sit down on it. So it's got a really tall neck
Okay.
and the two rear wheels are just wheels. They don't drive.
Okay.
They're just a trailer. So I put a chair on it. Well, there's a chair when I bought it.
Yeah.
Listen to this one. There's a chair when I bought it and it's on a little pedestal. You bar stool piece of shit.
Yeah.
So I made it across the west side to Steve's for a little bit of crokinole.
Yeah.
Played crokinole and I fell on the ground.
Right.
What did I do?
Yeah.
The seat post broke.
Oh.
So the next time I went across the west side, Jerry had put a ready rod in there and we fixed it up real good.
Good.
So, but then the next time I went over is when I was going down that hill directly north of the university. It wouldn't slow down even though I had a full mitt of grip,
Right.
the brakes.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh, there's a hill over here. I'll just climb up on that. No, we're good. There was a rut. It had rained and dried up and that's when Keegan we go. I slam on the ground. Well, I know it's knocked on or nothing, but I knew I was messed up.
Oh.
Yeah, I broke my collarbone right here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Broke the collarbone, and where the break is, there's a feather on the eagle.
Oh yeah, there
That's
is.
just on that's all
Yes,
falling
thank
off. That's a heads-up tattoo artist right there.
Right?
Yeah. Don't tell mamas.
So the scooter you drive now is much safer? No?
No. Better on hills.
Better on it.
Not any safer.
Oh my God.
So the scooter Jerry I built with Jerry. I kind of designed it, got the
Yeah.
parts. Jerry hopped on it right away.
Nice.
First time we built it, it's a testament to his skills.
Nice.
It lasted 5 years
Oh, wow.
without breaking, apart from, oh yeah. Like it held so well together. Few things overall, it stayed together apart from a few things we added to improve it,
Yeah,
minor things.
yeah. Amazing.
So that one, I think I had it rolled over 11 times on me. I did the first day we wrote it, Jerry went all the way over backwards.
Oh my gosh.
I was able to drive it upstairs accidentally, went over backwards. It just was, it was meant to tilt when I leaned over when I was doing corners like a mountain bike should, right?
Right?
And it never would because it wouldn't, we chose to not maintain that ability because when I would reach over at the stoplight,
It would tip
just
over.
fall over
Yeah,
and not upright itself. So I
Right.
locked it in. So it was still tippier than hell.
right.
So any side hill, any wobble, any like, I
Yeah,
found the foot in the
not
fabric.
safe. Yeah.
So I had like 4 concussions off of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I did a cartwheel in front of my father.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Poor parents.
yeah. Ultimate saints.
Right?
There's
Yeah.
some remarkable humans, those
Yes.
people.
Yes. Yeah, out to mom and dad.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're gonna say you're tweaking your scooter to be safer and
So-
more,
very reliable. It was great. So I made another one with Jerry.
okay,
And the first one was named Scoots.
okay.
This
So
one's
Goose
named
then Scoots,
Goose and Scoots and Ready Rod.
Ready Rod.
Because there's a Ready Rod that's structural
Okay,
or integral.
okay,
And yeah, it's kind of red and gray. But got different style of motors, 2 rear wheel drives. So I designed the suspension, but we bought some parts.
okay.
But what we didn't buy, we designed and printed.
Like for you guys, it's
With
amazing.
agility at ULEF.
Yes, okay, so
CA.
we'll go there in a second. Yeah,
Okay. So we built this scooter
Yeah.
with the help of the Agility Center
mm-hmm,
and Jerry's meticulous abilities.
yeah,
So we developed it as we built it on. You obviously change the project and see brighter lights and better avenues.
yeah,
So we did that, and it just became this thing that had some problems being built. So it's 100% best,
yeah,
but it's not going to be a fine test move.
nice.
I've taken it to council 4 times, say 4 times.
Yeah,
One time it worked all right.
okay,
And it really worked well each time, but it had performance the third time. But the most freedom I can get is from the hostel, drive to the ski hill in the lodge, from the lodge to the ski lift.
right,
Instead of being pushed and moved, having a bike for me is something that has always been important,
yeah,
and it's the best way around.
yeah, for sure.
Breaks up the day, it's good for your health. You can
Yeah.
go ways that you couldn't go in a car, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
It's an adventure.
it's an adventure.
And I can go when I want,
Yeah,
almost where I want. I don't need to go very many places anymore. I just want to go everywhere.
yeah. When you want to.
When I want to. 10 minutes, an hour, whenever. Battery dies 3 hours, whatever.
I love your commitment to keep modifying and keep making changes
Yeah.
to these things. Like
I
you're
mean-
just you're an inventor. That's who you are, which actually leads to the agility job.
Yep,
Okay, so you work at the University of Lethbridge
yep.
and I've
Which
seen you do some cool stuff
It's
there.
probably why I got the job is because Dave, your brother,
Yep.
runs the Agility and Teaching Center.
Yep.
Doing great things at the U of L.
Yeah,
They were starting to make a makerspace on
Yep.
campus,
yeah.
and they wanted someone in there to be the purveyor of the makerspace and kind of maintain the place.
Like
and
who
get
makes
the word
something,
out.
we know someone that makes stuff.
Yeah,
Kevin.
they're like, well, this is right up his alley.
Yeah.
And then my attitude and my people skills, I like.
Yeah.
And really, one thing I haven't missed or I have not ever waned in is my ability to talk to almost anyone,
Yeah,
especially if it's in an environment that you're learning in. Like
Yeah.
one thing I've also learned is I cannot be silent when I'm curious.
I love that.
Not even close.
Yeah,
It's hard. I'm going to use the found faculties
Yeah.
in there to be like, yeah, quiet, back to the class.
yeah.
Um,
But you were that kid in class that was like told to be quiet, but now you're like, actually that part of me that was curious and
it's-
loud is why I'm still here. And that's why I have these
Yeah.
jobs and that's why I build stuff.
Yeah.
So anybody listening that has that curious part that doesn't want to sit still, it's a beautiful part of you.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank
It's-
you for that part.
I appreciate it. I
Yeah,
don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Sometimes I might, and other people, I might.
right.
Well, it's time to get
It's
like,
okay,
it's a question I asked you. You should be able to do that in university, right?
right? Yeah,
And everyone's really normally good.
yeah.
But yeah, it's really neat.
So what do you mostly do at the Agility Center now?
I kind of maintain the day-to-day operation and talk to people that are in there. If someone's in there and they're all busy, I go and
But you create,
Property.
didn't you just create some medals or something for the,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
saw those. Yeah, those are beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it's so neat. I've got a new passion or a new thing I do now, bronze casting.
Bronze
I can
casting. Yeah.
make a 3D print
Yeah.
cast in bronze. My
Beautiful.
first one was um, a Tyrannosaurus Rex skull and a four-legged goose.
Oh, wow.
Just cause.
Just guys.
Yeah, now
You
they're,
made medals.
yeah. And then you can pick up the goose and it does a shing.
Oh,
Oh,
it's like a meditation sound.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm
I went
making
with
this
the
in my yoga
sword.
room.
Oh, yeah? And
Yeah.
they're Canadian. If you had
Right?
if there was a golf course with four-legged geese,
Right?
you wouldn't go on there.
They'd be fat.
They didn't run faster than you, man, and they'd be like, what?
Or maybe they get all tangled up. I
Yeah, well, they can fly too, so they'd
I
dump on
guess.
you and then kick you and kick you.
Nice.
Kick you and kick you again on the way up.
Right.
So yeah, I do now with this cats.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great people there. I wish I could have made more.
Yeah.
I designed a medal
Yep.
for the two people that have run it, Daryl and Lisa Metaruma. 35 seasons they run it. They were
Wow.
there for 36.
Amazing.
Nonprofit for 35 years.
Those are some good people right there. Wow.
Amazing.
Shout out to them.
And then 3 medals for volunteers that have been in direct and close contact with me.
Yep.
And 2 medals for extraordinary skiers.
Nice.
I made them because another segue after this, I heard Becca wanted she has CP and it's just a fucking hero. Excuse my French. Pardon me for the French. Like she goes through it all and wears a smile, brightens the room. And I heard her at the lake for water skiing
Yeah.
say, what? I'll never get a medal.
Oh, you're like,
I'm not having any of that.
right? What
So
I can do.
I made a medal with my in AutoCAD Fusion there and 3D printed them.
Yeah.
Got them just right. And then cast them in bronze and gave them away.
Oh my gosh, what was her face like when you gave it to her?
I gave it to her the next day or the next weekend, and I just went up to her. And like, hey Becca, how you doing? Remember when you said on the patio or on the dock where you wouldn't get a medal? Yeah. I gave her a shirt with the medal that I made her already.
Wow.
Here it is. And it was kind of meant to be a funny joke that it's not a medal.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was so happy about it. And then I'm like, I also made a 3D printed chair,
Yeah.
the red chair, because I skied red chair the other day.
Yeah, that's nice. You ski red chair?
Well, another story.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of times creativity just happens. I
Yeah.
try not to force it.
Yeah.
Friday, the day before Saturday that I was giving them out,
Yeah.
it came to my mind where I could build a chair that signifies red chair and blue chair. We had red and blue 3D printing filament.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Flip, flip, flip. Made a chair, printed it 9 times, and it worked 9 times.
Wow.
When does that ever happen?
Never, right? Yeah.
So then you can even rest some metal on it on your counter and it won't even tip.
Amazing.
Classy
You're a guy that
bitch.
knows about tipping.
Yeah, oh yeah, all day, baby. Yeah. So so I gave her the medal after I gave her the chair and she left before she could cry.
Oh,
Gave her a big hug and all that.
I love
And
it.
then I gave Daryl and Lisa their medal and some guy that's in the geographical studies helped me 3D print a map of Castle.
Mm,
So then I wrapped it in vinyl and it was just skills I had, right?
wow.
Burgeoning skills.
Yeah.
Anyway, it felt really great to give them to him because that has been a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
It's kept me happy, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And
You're
I love
amazing.
the people that are going and doing it all.
You're amazing. You're amazing. You're kind,
And-
you're kind heart.
And we also do water skiing
Yes.
on Splash 2.0.
Yes.
Another thing that changed my life. I mean, lots of help. So you do a lot of things.
Yeah.
You get all the help you need because
Yeah.
you just help yourself. The water skiing, same sort of people, adaptive, brain injury, mental and physical, or cognitive and physical disabilities can come out and play.
Yeah.
And another one that got me out of the deep funk when I was all on the ground looking at my hole and looking how much further you can get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adaptive outdoors. If you don't like skiing
Oh, yeah. Like
or you don't like the water, you can go hiking in the backcountry or in the wilderness.
see
It's not too
pictures of you
far.
hiking, yeah.
And hiking, kayaking,
So
fishing.
they will like literally pull you or
You
carry
just
you in
sit there. You feel like a king,
Yeah.
queen. Yeah, and it's great. And the people that come
Put you
are
on their
volunteers.
shoulders and carry you.
Yeah, and bug you the whole time. Oh, Megan, this is easy, eh? But in a great way. Like
Yeah.
you say, oh, you like that? I love it. It's so great. Steve and Sarah Holly out there. It's just great. They're making a lot of major waves, and it's just there's a young girl they took out on a little hiking thing with their mom,
Yeah.
nonverbal, 18 years old, got to the top of the hike and said, "Wow."
Get out. Oh my gosh, it gives me goosebumps.
Water, like tears,
Oh.
hugs, and like we had
Wow.
it's remarkable.
It is
And if
remarkable.
you've never been
Yeah.
into the wilderness, because
Yeah, because you've been
you
stuck.
can't go in there, you're in a wheelchair.
Right.
And then feeling the air, the little crisp parts in the
Yeah.
shadows, it's cold.
Yeah.
And then you're in the top of the mountain, it was really hot. And then
Yeah.
the smells,
Yes. The smells.
the trickling of the babbling brook,
Yeah.
creek,
All of it.
it's sensation. And there's also another girl that had it. I don't know how old she is, but she never jumped in a lake. So
Wow.
we have a wheelchair that has wheels that can go in the water. So we just
Ah.
rolled her in the water. Maybe someone dumped her. Anyway, it was repeatable, and you can go again.
Yeah.
So we put her in the water, and that smile,
Oh, first I'm gonna
that first time smile of doing anything is
amazing.
gold, soul filling, you know?
Yeah. Amazing. So even though you're
Yeah.
part of the program, you're getting carried, you're also part of the program of like encouraging others and helping
Yeah.
others collaborate and get. So how
That's
does someone listening that wants to volunteer and or has someone that wants to be part of the program? How do they?
I tell you the three things in Southern Alberta that I'm directly connected with,
Yeah.
intimately connected with. I'm continuing to just propagate that out there.
Absolutely.
CADS, Canadian Association for Disabled Skiing at West Castle.
Okay.
I like to call it West Castle
Yeah.
Alpine. That's a adaptive snow ski.
Yeah.
And volunteers help. They ski free. It helps if they're skiers, but if not, that's okay. We can all ski together.
Else, yeah.
So you got people in sit skis, people with one leg, people with brain injury, cognitive issues.
Yeah.
The gamut. We need volunteers. Everyone should try it once.
Yeah. What a beautiful.
Yeah, by 4-track. I mean, it's really great. And then for the summertime, we do Splash adaptive water skiing,
Okay.
or Splash 2.0. That's in south of Calgary at Predator Bay. The odd time they come out here.
Okay.
You can get a hold of me or by looking up Splash Adaptive,
Okay.
WSWC, I think.
Okay. I'll find the links and I'll put them on the show notes for
And it's super great.
Flash adaptive.
All the same kind of freaks, but all in the summertime. Much easier to get on. No one's as late.
Right.
Oh, I don't even have to put on 3 layers and all this shit.
On,
I'm already tired.
Yeah.
Why are you so late? I was hungover. It takes me like an hour to get ready with the skis, and then adaptable outdoors. That one's you just meet in the wilderness, and kids can do it for free.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's a nonprofit, and like mountains.
Yeah. Oh,
and
wow.
it's in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Bovey Lake, and they're on a Pitcher Creek, but around Bovey Lake. Hopefully Waterton smartens up and we can get more action into Waterton.
Okay.
What a great way to open up a national park.
Wow.
Is to get adaptive more adaptive people in there.
Yeah.
I know mountains are hard to make adaptive or accessible.
Yeah.
But if there's a nonprofit out there wanting to do it, why wouldn't you just let them do it?
Yeah. Yeah. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Reading the nonverbal stuff.
Yeah. It's a podcast. Read my language.
I can see you. Well, if you're not watching, you should watch on YouTube and watch all the nonverbal.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, we went to the Buffalo Paddock in the last year, so I'm gonna go again. I mean, 100% of the time when I've needed advice and gotten advice, and that advice was go outside.
Yeah.
It's correct.
It's true.
It might be windy, well, then it's gonna be great to go back inside, because then you'll feel better.
Right.
But like,
it's the same as therapy. It's what I do here. It's why I work at a barn. We go
well, that's a great idea.
outside. Let's walk and talk. Let's walk a dog. Let's be outside. Because we can be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choose it.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah. And I feel it might have been that's the reason. If I look at it from the perspective of not getting more people out and getting more nonprofit outdoor recreation for accessible people, or to make accessible for people, I would love that to be a goal or a journey of mine to be on that, to get more people out of there.
Well, I think you're already doing that.
Well, that's
spreading the word, propagating, like you
Yeah.
said, people that are
Yeah.
listening, I hope that someone listening, offers their service, their time to
Yeah.
volunteer to any one of these programs.
They're all nonprofit,
Yeah.
they're all charitable status, so if you can donate,
Yeah,
and we'll make even more people happy.
absolutely.
And it's a lot of hard work running a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And if that's all they do, I mean, that's
amazing. Good people right there.
yeah.
So what's next for you? You have all these things you're doing.
I really want to make more scooters,
Make more
just
scooters.
because it was really good for my day
Yeah,
getting a mobility scooter.
yeah.
And then you get a mobility scooter that kind of shakes the hell out of your body going down the curb or the steps, or
Yeah.
not the steps. Should shake yourself if you're going down steps.
Let's not
But-
go down steps in
yeah.
the scooter.
You know, the cracks in the sidewalk.
Okay,
Like,
cracks in
they're not all even down in the south side. So I want one that I can do and go in a lot of places across the city. Like, I
Nice.
live by the country club. I want to scoot down in the river bottom like I used to on
Yeah,
a bike
like
and
a
make
bike.
it work.
Yeah.
I don't want an electric car. I just drive my scooter everywhere.
Yeah.
Saves on gas and it's great.
And it gets you outside. Good for your day.
Everything brightens your day.
Yeah.
And then if I can sell them or here and there, and get the people that are already doing outdoor activities, get outdoor more in
Oh,
a
I
safe
love
and
it.
repeatable way.
So you have a business proposal here of
Yeah.
like making scooters for those that are,
That's
Neat.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that'd be great.
okay.
Yeah. And what's next? I just would like to get more confidence in dating. Yeah, I've been
Ah,
dating a lot.
okay.
Yeah, I just don't know. But
Okay.
now I thought me more than I did.
Yes,
So-
you are here and arrived.
I'm here.
I mean,
And-
I don't know how much confidence you exude confidence as far as skiing
Well, I exude confidence,
in
but yet
water skiing and the things that you do where you're totally vulnerable.
crossing into dating.
Yes, okay. That's interesting that you can do all these extreme things.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah,
Okay, all right.
it's too competitive.
Well, it's
It
true.
is.
We're in a market of, there's too much ability to change your mind quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not like I can just go over sultry and make a move. It's like, how many times did I fall over there getting excited thinking about it, and me being on the ground, like, I don't wanna, come on now.
Give me a sec.
Come on, I'm just getting up. I'm not that smooth, eh? Yeah,
You're still pretty smooth, Kev.
yeah, I
You're
just,
pretty
yeah.
smooth, pretty smooth. Anyone watching, listening?
Smooth.
Open for dating with this smooth guy. There you go.
That's a
Put a plug in
really-
for your dating.
Yeah, I still like to scare myself a little bit. I was in Newfound out there at some friend's house, and I don't, I'm not a karaoke guy, and a
Uh-oh.
guy brought a karaoke machine to a kitchen party,
Oh, boy.
and I'm not about to not do that.
Because you're not about to not do anything.
Yeah, I have a gauge. If I'm really thinking about doing it and like scared and not, oh, don't do it, oh no, why would I do that?
Then you're gonna do it.
That's when you walk up there
Yeah.
and do it. So I did it, and it's like, you're gonna do that, you're already uncomfortable, you might as well do something hard. So I did Whitney Houston's I Will Always, kind of nailed it,
That's a hard
not to the wall. I didn't nail it, and fell. So I did my very best, but the last, and now, I did it early.
Yeah.
So I got all my in
yeah.
there, and I did the verse before, and everyone just started laughing.
Oh my gosh.
I laughed, and then she was like, "And no," and everyone else laughed. No one real laughed too hard. It was the best. But like, I'm gonna do it again sometime. Hopefully,
you
I
are.
can get some vocals to get my voice better.
So some voice lessons, some karaoke, and some dating.
So we're talking about real life stuff.
Yeah.
One of the hardest, most frustrating things is the voice and the hearing. Not the
Oh.
hearing, but the way I'm in the same tone, yelling or screaming or talking, and I'm always misunderstood.
Interesting.
Or I'm repeating myself. And I get it. I've got all the nose regurgitating out of all the air regurgitating out of my nose. But oh my God, it takes so much to repeat things sometimes. And it's not always on my mind to be the most clear and concise.
Right.
Because I get excited and it doesn't get reined in when I've got something to say.
Right. Well, that's
It's
like me. I
never-
talk really fast. People
And
say,
it never
what?
has, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've always tried to work on, even though now I relearn it all the time. It's
When do you find that you're most misunderstood?
when I'm excited
When you're
or when
excited.
I'm explaining something that you should know. You're not, we're not in your head, Kevin, is what someone said. I'm like, I know.
Break that
Yeah,
down for
yeah,
me.
yeah. Want to slow it down? Okay.
Right.
And I know that, but it's like a compulsion where
Right.
yeah, that's not slowed down at all.
That's that impatient part that's still there. He exists in all the areas of
Oh
your
my
life.
God. He's the marionette, you know,
Right.
do it all at once now.
But he's worked good parts of your body and parts of your life,
Yeah.
though. All parts are welcome, all parts of you,
Yeah.
even the ones that get misunderstood. What would you say to somebody that's struggling, that's listening to your story, that's been in that dark hole for millions of different reasons?
Fucking hard.
Yeah,
Of course it's hard.
yeah,
You're living. It ain't easy out there.
yeah,
Rich, young, poor, old,
yeah,
beautiful, not beautiful, what even if
yeah,
you're the worst kind of worst, name's not the worst.
yeah.
So just take yourself easy, but do yourself first. If you're not there, no one else can be for you.
Yeah. And
You're
your
not,
worst is your worst. There's no comparison.
there's no, and there's
No.
if you love your worst that much, you should be having fun doing it. And comparing yourself to someone else's
Yeah.
worst when they're at their best, it's
Not very smart. Yeah.
then you'll be at your worst is when
Yeah.
you're compared to them.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
and your worst now isn't your worst
Right.
soon.
Right.
So you gotta just know that it ain't your worst. You're the best,
Right.
right? And it is now, it's your choice.
Right.
Up or down, as the bomb so below, you know, it's gonna
Day by
carry
day.
on day or day,
Day or day.
you know?
Yeah.
And then,
Make space for those waves. Feel them all the
yeah,
way through.
and let them roll.
Let them roll. I
Let
like
them
that. Let 'em
roll over.
It's be a t-shirt. Let them roll.
And let them roll.
When someone getting pummeled, you're gonna be on the floor. They're gonna roll you over sometime.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
the dust settles, you get back up.
And when you're skiing and you fall, rolling's probably better than just absorbing the whole fucking mountain.
Let it roll. Let it roll like a snowball.
Yeah, and then when you do roll, so I did red chair. 19 seasons I've been trying to do red chair. It was ready, Ryan and I went up
When? Just
last
recently?
season.
Oh, that's okay, guys. It wasn't good this year. So Saturday was good, but it's been pretty icy up there.
Yeah, when Pastor on Crust I heard, and I've gotten some of the best skiers on the mountain looking out for me
Yeah.
and challenging me. And
Yeah.
like, there's no wonder I'm skiing so well is with the skiers I'm skiing with and the
Yeah.
people I've got behind me.
Yeah, but good people.
You got the, yeah. So I did red chair. It took everything I had. Yeah.
That's a scary
Everything.
chair for me.
Yeah.
That's a scary chair for most of us.
Yeah. I got to the bottom and bedroom was like, want a Caesar? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Ride. Couldn't even drink my Caesar.
Oh.
Like 10 minutes. It was everything. Everything. I put everything out there and yeah. I did it twice. I did it the next weekend too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why'd you do it again after it took so much the first time?
Didn't take everything.
There you go.
Yeah. I had more.
I had more.
But I wanted to do it again to prove.
Right.
Not like it's an ego-driven thing, but it's a red chair is there. It's good. I mean, what if it's not good again like this? So I just
Yeah.
try. Don't rush. You know, I
Yeah.
still have that one run thing in my head all the
Yeah.
time. Don't stop until you're down. But like,
Yeah.
ease
But
up,
you're always chasing you. Like sounds like you're always like
that's who I
you're
compare to,
you're comparing to yourself.
and that ain't fair.
Yeah.
That's how low I get. Like,
But you today, you're comparing to you today, not to you yesterday or you 20 years ago.
that's
To
the
you
hard
today.
part is bring it to today, not
Today.
so far back.
Yeah.
Because that 20-year elastic's gonna slap you in the ass real
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
But you gotta be cognizant of that. So those shirts are meant to bring me
Back to here.
easy. So when
Yeah.
I make them, I'm like, oh, with that in my mind.
Yeah.
So if I tell you what that means and what you're going through, getting that shirt, well, that's what that means in your mind to shake that shit out
Yeah.
and carry on.
Yeah.
But
Love it. I love the day.
people say it's as hard as you make it. It's not being made to be hard, it's hard enough.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have harder times, you just gotta make the ones now.
Yeah.
Dealt with.
Yeah.
Ones that are coming out here yet.
Yeah. What would you say what surprised you the most in this journey up until now?
How much it would take.
Mm.
Thinking without thinking too much about it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't end.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
And I mean, it will, but like until it ends, it ain't ending.
Yeah.
And you just gotta find ways and how resilient or good, how resilient this, how much you can do with the support and the attitude.
Yeah.
And I never had it all, but I had those two things and I've been able to do what I've been able to do.
Amazing things.
And like, And I want to say, it makes me feel like I'm wealthy beyond compare with this, like
Yeah,
the people I've been able to earn their love from.
yeah. Well,
That's strange,
that's the
too, like-
marker of longevity. It's the marker of happiness. It's the
Yeah.
longest study in history right now.
Mm.
80-year study of longevity and happiness and its relationships.
And I'm blessed with many.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like, yeah, some are here for some
yeah,
are here forever, some are here not, but they're all, even people you just pass through and walk
Yeah.
by and hold the door open for you, or the conversation, I love
Yeah.
conversations in the boot room band dinner, I don't know.
yeah,
But like, people will say hi around the university, I could be rolling on goose there walking in. People say hi to me and are always jovial.
yeah.
Maybe because they see me and they're like, I'm glad I'm not like him. Or like, holy
Well,
shit, I wish I could be that,
Yeah, I like
But,
his
like,
goose.
that thing's awesome.
Yeah.
Why is it so noisy? Right?
Because I
Yeah.
tweaked it.
Yeah, because it's not running you over and you heard it, you know? Yeah, I mean, and have people like your brother that gave you an opportunity,
Yeah,
like that's remarkable, like that.
yeah. You're also worth it.
Yeah,
You
well,
also
thank you.
you also bring worth to the
Yeah,
workplace.
it's value,
Value, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of value.
and there's nothing more
On
than
more than one level.
yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, big
I
deal.
mean, you can touch someone's life
Yeah.
in it.
And I think that's what, your message too, is that you continue to do that. So you're, letting
Yes.
people help you, but you're continuing to give. So it's a reciprocal of like, what can I give out there that I get back, that I can put out that I get back? That you're the living proof of that.
Like, cyclical, like you've got,
Yeah,
regardless of your the sine wave up and down, good and bad, you've got this sphere of life going on, this ball of energy, and you're gonna go through shit, and if you keep and stay down, just gonna be a lot of that shit. That ball is gonna
Yeah.
be horrible.
yeah,
And then, I mean, if you have an opportunity to go try something in a safe manner and all that,
yeah,
that's gonna brighten your bubble, it might burst your bubble and let new air in.
right.
So
Oh, I
it-
love that.
It might just, you can put that on the wall,
Yeah.
blowing away, and then
And then the bubble changes
Yeah,
every time. with a little
new
bit more
air,
in there.
breathe some new air into it and
Yeah,
throw it away to a better place.
I love that.
But
You're full of good models. New t-shirt.
spent a lot of
Burst your
time on
bubble
the
and let
ground.
that
Yeah,
new air in.
burst your bubble, let new air in.
That's a good one. I like it. It's kind of
Might
like
be
on
a
the edge
shirt.
of comfort is where, your life starts.
It's
Same
true.
idea. It's true.
Yeah, and I mean, don't stop.
Yeah.
Because it will come to an end. You just know it.
Well, it's the one guarantee. We're not
Yeah.
getting off this planet alive, any of us. So
Yeah.
we're all here for the experience and they're all different experiences. So don't
Yeah.
compare, but your
And
experience is your
we're all
experience.
part of it. We're all once,
We're all
we're all each
energy.
other, basically. I mean,
Absolutely.
who knows? No one. So
No.
make it yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a million quotes in there, but you know what's right for you and go after it.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna be easy for it. I mean, there might be a few wins here and there, and a few losses here and there. but
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you're an inspiration. I mean, man, your story you're an inspiration anyways. For not just your story, but your kind heart and what you do for others and how you relate and how you give back to others. That's also very inspiring.
Thank you. I've been showing a lot of love, so if I can be that to someone, or at least, we're all in there somewhere. We just gotta look at it and let them out,
Yeah.
Everyone's got something, things, we're all the same, Same
Right?
chemicals, different firing mechanisms and patterns and amounts.
It's true.
And like, there's some awful, awful things to go through that all people have.
Mhm.
Or there's all like way worse than anyone can imagine, but don't imagine it. But
Yeah.
live yours and
Yeah.
help others.
Yeah. Love it.
But you gotta help yourself.
Yeah. Help yourself and help others.
And whatever that looks like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful story. Beautiful inspiration. You're the man. Appreciate you being here, my friend. It's been a long time.
Thanks so much for joining us.
We're really glad you're here with us on this journey.
The best way to support this podcast is to subscribe and give it a 5-star review.
See you next time.
This has been a Bread Dog Studios production.